Very good. Evening, dearest friends from Finland, and warmly welcome into our meditation Dissipation of Glamours, which is written by Master DK. And that is the type of work that he is teaching us, which is again the works that is going to be done by the group and becoming all the time stronger in the future. So there are certain type of works which are related us into future work. One work is the glamour, dissipation of glamours, and then we have the triangle work. These are um, two things which are related to the science of invocation, and especially the working in the triangles. So let us listen something what DK has been writing about and upon glamours. And this is coming from externalization of the hierarchy from the page 688 on. The members of the hierarchy are not only sensitive to impression from the two other planetary centers, Shambhala and humanity, but that they are acutely aware of the forces of evil which are fighting furiously against the externalization of the spiritual work. The energy which cosmic evil generates is active along three main channels. From the center of cosmic evil upon the cosmic astral plane, of this center you can now know nothing, and its emanations and its magnetic aura can only be understood and recognized or interpreted by the senior masters and by initiates of still higher rank. As the potency of the astral plane, which is so familiar to us all, weakens and glamour and illusion are negated by a rapid spiritualizing of humanity, the power of cosmic evil will correspondingly weaken, and the forces of evil will be unable to reach the planet with their present easy effort. It is against the impact of this emanating evil that the hierarchy stands in protection of humanity. Hitherto it has been the task of Shambhala, working through the hierarchy, to protect humanity from the intention to destroy of the cosmic forces of evil. But in the coming cycle, and as a result of the triumph of the forces of light in the world war, the potency of Shambhala can be combined with that of the protecting agents of light. The second characteristic of the new era will be the scientific approach to the entire problem of glamour, which will then be recognized for what it is and will be scientifically dissipated by the use of the illumined minds of groups working in unison for just that purpose, as we are here working. So, just for a while, reflect upon this, what Master DK just said, that this dissipation is done scientifically by the group of the illumined minds. And what does it mean for us? You know that the hierarchy is called the Society of Illumined. How it goes? Illumined minds. There was another word also. uh, I don't remember the exact saying, but the Society of something and illumined minds. Does anybody remember that? If you do remember that, how hierarchy was called. But we too, when we are following the line uh, with Christ and the forces of light, we too are supposed to become the reflection of hierarchy and thus be those unified groups with the illumined minds so that we can scientifically dissipate the glamours. Just reflect for a while the idea. Yes, and thank you, Anne. It is actually, a hierarchy is called in one of the names the Society of Organized and Illumined Minds. That is one of the names of a hierarchy. So thank you. Again by Tibetan, and this is coming from the Glamour World Problem from the page 197. The light of the soul as it dissipates glamour in the three worlds is the most practical and useful, a needed subject for study to be found today. It concerns the astral plane, and the service to be rendered is vital and timely. The ridding of the world of the individual and the world of humanity as a whole of the all-enveloping glamour which holds humanity in thrall is an essential requirement for the race. The new era which will open up before mankind at the close of the war will be distinguished by its mental polarization and consequent freedom from glamour. Then illusion will, for a time, control until the intuition is more fully developed. This illusion will produce vastly different results to those which follow when men live and work in the midst of glamour. So the responsibility this time is laid upon the new group of observers to rend the veil of Maya. As did the Christ and the Lord Buddha, now it is a group responsibility. This dissipation of glamour meditation is part of this great work of a new group of observers and its responsibilities. As we are dealing with the problem of glamour and illumination, it might be of value here. This is Tibetan talking. If I dealt with a particular glamour, which I would ask your group to aid in dispelling, I refer here to the glamour or separativeness. Work along this line will have most practical and salutary implications, for none of you, as you will discover, will be able to work effectively on this matter if you feel any sense of separativeness. This separative reaction may express itself as hatred, as an active dislike, or as a voiced criticism, perhaps, in some cases, all three. And today we work again with the glamour of separativeness. So just reflect for a while this glamour, that you have prepared your mind to work with this glamour, where you see in the world, how does it work? In your own life, how you have been seeing it, causing a lot of separation, lots of hatred and misery. Let us now align with our creative minds, with our co-workers and our circle of spiritual friends and triangles, with a network of forces of enlightenment, and thus construct a network of light and service in every land. The preparatory stages. We will now name the group members and then followed by 2 minutes silence. And when you hear the name of your sister or brother, hold them dear in your heart and in your mind. Michael, Anne, Annette, Dana, Dewey, Fred, Greg, Heike, Jane, Kirsten, Magna Guia, Neke, Risto, Ruth, Sharon, Yvonne, Winnie, Zenet, and guest, and Tuija. 2 minutes silence. The protective formula. As these words are going to be uttered, each group member will make the sign of the cross of divinity, which is done from the forehead to heart, from left eye to right eye. Ja kun nämä sanat lausutaan, jokainen ryhmän jäsen tekee jumalallisen ristin merkin. And we touch our forehead. Ja kosketamme otsaamme. As a soul I work in light, heart, and darkness cannot touch me. Left eye. I take my stand within the light. Right eye. I work, and from that point I never move. The group has the cross of divinity shining forth in front of every member. Jumalallisuuden risti loistaa jokaisen jäsenen edessä. Let us visualize it. Ja visualisoimme sen. 3 preparatory stages. 1. Focus the dual light on matter. 3 valmistavaa vaihetta. Keskittäydy aineen kaksinaiseen valoon. Of etheric physical and mind or mental. Eteris-fyysiseen ja mentaaliseen. Light in the chitta. Valo, joka on chitta-aineessa. Two. Meditate on soul contact. 2. Mietiskele sielukontaktia. Visualize and recognize the soul light. Visualisoi ja huomioi sielun valo. And see the scent of the light upon the mental plane. Näe valon laskeutuminen mentaalitasolle. Three. See the fusion of these two lesser lights with the soul light, the light of reason in the mental body. Näe näiden kahden vähäisemmän valon yhteen sulautuminen sielun valoon mentaalikehossa. Say the affirmation. The light is one, and in that light shall we see light. This is the light that turns the darkness into day. The formula. Visualize the great searchlight, fusing all these two lesser lights with soul light. Visualisoi nyt tuo suuri valokeila, which we now have created, jonka nyt olemme luoneet, and turn its light upon the astral plane, ja käännä sen valo astraalitasolle. And let us say the affirmation. Radiance are we and power. We stand forever with our hands stretched out, linking the heavens and the earth, the inner world of meaning and the subtle world of glamour. We reach into the light and bring it down to meet the need. We reach into the silent place and bring from thence the gift of understanding. Thus with the light we work and turn the darkness into day. We use now the weapon of light. Me käytämme nyt valon asetta. Turn towards the center where the will of God is known. Käänny kohti keskusta, jossa Jumalan tahto tunnetaan. Invoke spiritual will by using the Antakarana. Kutsu henkistä tahtoa käyttäen Antakaranaa. Sense the living interplay between the sacrifice petals. Tunne elävä vuorovaikutus uhrautumisen terälehtien. Synthesis petals. Synteesin terälehtien. Atmic plane of spiritual will. Henkisen tahdon atmisen tason. Imaginatively, finally with monad. Ja mielikuvassasi lopulta monadin välillä. These inner contact points working in unison ja näiden sisäisten kontaktipisteiden toiminta toimii ykseydessä. In your consciousness, be aware of your highest aspect of your being. Ole tietoisuudessasi tietoinen olemuksesi korkeimmasta puolesta. And we pause a moment. Pysähdymme hetkeksi. Sense the increasing will, tunne tuo vahvistuva tahto and use the beam we have generated. Ja käytä tuota sädettä, jonka olemme juuri luoneet. And again, we say, with power upon its beam, the light is focused on the goal. The glamour to be dissipated is separativeness. Harha, joka hävitetään, on erillisyyden harha. Visualize of the light penetrating into the glamour. Visualisoi, kuinka valo läpäisee harhaan. And will then produce its weakening and dissipation. Ja tulee saamaan aikaan sen heikentymisen ja haihtumisen. When the words of power are uttered, to transform. Ja kun voiman sanat lausutaan, jotta saadaan aikaan transformaatio. The power of our united light prevents the appearance of the clamor of separativeness. The power of our united light negates the quality of clamor or separativeness from affecting man. The power of our united light destroys the life behind the glamour of separativeness. We are working with this dangerous glamour of separativeness. If you want to hold the mudra of fearlessness, you can do it now. Jos haluat ylläpitää tuota pelottomuuden mudraa, voit sen tehdä nyt. We visualize the group standing within the will. Näemme ryhmän seisoen tahdossa. Together the protective cross of divinity shining fall through the group. Yhdessä suojaava jumaluuden risti loistaa ryhmän läpi. We continue visualizing the light, searchlight of dual light with the soul light penetrating into the glamour of separativeness. Jatkamme visualisoimista, kuinka kaksinainen valo tunkeutuu erillisyyden harhaan. And we will have now 5 minutes silence, the silence producing the weakening and dissipation of the glamour of separativeness. Me aloitamme 5 minuutin hiljaisuuden, jolloin hiljaisuus heikentää ja hävittää erillisyyden harhan. And now 5 minutes silence. Ja nyt 5 minuutin hiljaisuus. Visualize that the glamour of separativeness has now weakened and dissipated. Näe kuinka erillisyyden harha on nyt heikentynyt ja kadonnut. We realize that intensity of purpose has also deepened, which the work was seen proceeding. Ja näemme, että tavoitteen ja päämäärän intensiivisyys on syventynyt. The Great Invocation. And let us now turn away our attention from the astral plane. Käännämme huomiomme pois astraalitasolta. And refocus back upon the mental plane. Keskittäytyen takaisin mentaalitasolle. The searchlight of the soul is shut off. Ja tuo valo, sielun valo, käännetään, suljetaan. And also group searchlight. Ja tuo ryhmän käyttämä valo. We visualize the clarity in thinking has increased in the group. Visualisoimme ajatuksen selkeyden, joka on kasvanut ryhmässä. And we sound long silent om. Ja lausumme pitkän hiljaisen oomin. Visualizing that the work had been done and that the group has been successful. Visualisoimme, että työ on tehty ja että ryhmä on ollut menestyksekäs. Thank you so much. Thank you for the good work, and I think that we as a group, we are now learning to work together. If we study the energy which is generated. Sydämellinen syvä kiitos kaikille ja tuntuu, että ryhmä on todellakin, jos seuraa energiaa, niin oppinut tekemään työtä yhdessä. We are going to have now on Sunday the Palm Sunday and the Silent Week starts, so it's going to be a lot of work next week. Ja ensi viikolla on paljon töitä. Hiljainen viikko alkaa ja sunnuntaina on palmusunnuntain mietiskely. So lots of love to everybody. So we have today, on Sunday there is also the secret teaching of all ages. Okay, good. So lots of love, many blessings, and good night now from Finland. Ja hyviä öitä täältä etelästä. And we hear and see again on Sunday. Ja näkemisiin sunnuntaina.
Hello?